Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be finding common units or number of units to compare two fractions. So we've been doing a little bit with comparing fractions already. We've done a couple different strategies. We've used the butterfly method or cross multiplication. We have drawn number lines to compare units, and we've also drawn tape diagrams. So we're kind of putting everything together. So one important thing to know is that even though the directions ask for a certain strategy, we do have to do that one. So if they ask to draw tape diagrams, we have to draw tape diagrams. If they ask for a number line, we have to draw a number line. But it doesn't mean that we can't use another strategy to check our work that we're more comfortable with. So if we're not sure after we've drawn a number line or after we've drawn tape diagrams, use the butterfly method, use cross multiplication. Use something you know to check the answer to make sure the correct one is down. That is okay. As long as you have what they asked for somewhere on the paper, that's all that matters. Let's get started. Let's cube the directions. Compare the two fractions by finding the greatest common factor and then writing greater than, less than, or equal to on the line. To find our action words, we're going to compare and then write. Let's go back to see what we're comparing. Two fractions by finding the greatest common factor. And we'll be writing greater than, less than, or equal to. So we have to find the greatest common factor, and how we're going to do that is by writing out our multiples of each denominator. So our first fraction is 2/3. So I'm going to write out the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Then I'm going to write out my multiples of 4s for 3/4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So I'm looking for a number that's on both lists. And the first number that comes up is 12. So 12 is going to be our common factor. So I'm going to make 2/3 and 3/4 into 12. So I have to find their equivalent fraction, and I'm going to do that using our equivalent fraction sentences that we've practiced before. 2/3 will equal something that has a 12 as the denominator, and 3/4 will equal something with 12 as the denominator. So for each one, I'm going to fill in the middle of the story and then fill in the blanks. 3 times 4 is 12. Anything you do on the bottom, you have to do on the top. So 2 times 4 is 8. So my new fraction is 8/12. If I change 3/4, 4 times 3 is 12. Anything you do on the bottom, you have to do on the top. So 3 times 3 is 9, and I have 9/12. So now we have the same denominator, so I'm just going to be comparing the numerator, and 8 is less than 9. So 9/12 is greater than 8/12. Let's do another one. Rename the fractions as needed using multiplication in order to compare each pair of fractions by writing greater than, less than, or equal to. So we are renaming as needed using multiplication to compare each fraction, each pair of fractions, by writing greater than, less than, or equal to. So there's a couple of things going on here. We have 4 different verbs, but renaming is only if we need to. But we don't have to do that one. We can just use multiplication to compare the fractions and then write the symbol on the line. So we're using the butterfly method or cross multiplication. So 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. 8 is larger than 6. So 2/3 is greater than 2/4.